The Houston Astros split the series with the Texas Rangers, 2 games apiece. Welcome back to another edition of Beyond the Diamond Podcast here on the Apollo Podcast Network, live from the new office here in downtown Houston. Brian Lima, Apollo Dez, producer Josh behind the camera. All right, boys. Well, the first 2 games were ugly. Adolis Garcia and his steroided self hit a bomb Friday night. The comments were a nightmare. And look, the Astros salvaged the last 2 games. Ronald Blanco pitches his ass off again, and they split the series. Huge to split that series. Not just for us, but for the team itself.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, they had us in the first half.
They did, didn't they? God, dude.
The comments, the avalanche. We were at Space Cadet on Friday night.
Phenomenal place, by the way.
Great. You had your first espresso martini.
I did. I did.
Delicious.
I want one right now.
The comments that came through over. I had to tip my cap. I'm like, the Rangers fans, they came to work.
Oh, dude.
They came to work.
Dude, and they came in bunches.
But the boys were down two in the series, got the last 2. Huge. Ronald Blanco is a superstar in the making. The change-up plays. I mean, I think everyone going into that start knew he was going to throw the change-up, and yet they still couldn't hit it. He gave up 1 hit and went 5 2/3. 14 2/3 scoreless.
Yeah,
14 hitless innings
to start the season. Yeah,
to start the season.
44 straight outs without giving up a hit.
Incredible. Absolutely incredible. But the first 2 days were rough. The Rangers did what they do. They could score in bunches, and they score quick. I think Saturday night it was a tight game, and then all of a sudden they put up a 5 spot in the 8th inning. So
JP France pitched well again.
JP France is pitching. His starting pitching has been phenomenal this year. The question that came into the season was what's going to happen with the starting pitching with everyone injured, and yet time and time again everyone has stepped up.
Outside of the one Brown start.
Yeah. And I think then maybe Hunter was probably tipping a little bit. He'll go back to the lab and fix some things. But, I mean, JP France, Ronald Blanco, the bullpen last night, to salvage a split, absolutely 8 2/3 scoreless relief. Seth Martinez going 3 2/3, 3 1/3. Remarkable. Brandon Belak, remarkable. Taylor Scott, remarkable. And Brian Brady, remarkable. Yeah. When it's way too early to circle games on the schedule, but you can underline that game and be like, hey, this is what got the guys going.
Yeah.
I think at the end of the day. And so you take a split. You go up to Arlington, you take a split. I think I saw a tweet. The Astros are now 18-5 in their last 23 games.
It's good math.
That was very good math. That was really good math.
That?
Yeah. No, I think it's right. We're going to go with it. 18-5 in their last 23 games at Arlington, including the playoffs.
Really?
Maybe we should take their batter's eye.
Just thinking out
I don't
loud
know.
here,
Just thinking,
probably
percolating a little bit. Let it simmer.
Probably a good idea.
Yeah, they tend to hit the ball well.
Maybe we can take their batter's eye and maybe some of their steroids.
I want to get out ahead.
Oh, you guys are just gonna ignore that now?
That was a good one. That was a good one.
Just gonna ignore that.
That was a good one. That was good. That was good. That was good. I was gonna say I was gonna get out ahead of something. A story that was breaking.
What are you getting out ahead of?
I may lose this Perry's bet.
I tried to tell you.
I may lose this bet. And if you didn't watch the last episode, we have a month till May 6th. A Perry's lunch bet. Brian has less than 625, 620, 620 OPS for Jose Abreu.
Yeah,
I have over 620 OPS. It may be dead in the water right now.
What's his OPS?
It dropped. It dropped from the last time we filmed.
It was like 278 when we filmed. It's down
219.
219.
Ooh, buddy. Perry's lunch, baby. Give me them pork chops.
And I will say this.
Mm-hmm.
I may have been wrong about Carantini not being able to play first base. I think, and don't get me wrong, I still think Yonder should catch the future. You guys brought it up on 790 with Steve Sparks. Is Yonder your first baseman and you just catch Carantini right now until Jose Abreu figures it out, if he does?
So we had this discussion, I believe it was Friday night.
Yeah.
And I think the point you were trying to make is if you have those two, regardless of who's behind the plate or who's at first base, well, then you have both your catchers playing in the game at once. What happens if you get an injury, right?
Caesar Salad, back up.
Salazar. I just, man, at this point, it's like I said on the podcast last episode, there's a hole at first base. There is a problem there. I love John Singleton's story for him to get back into baseball, back to the Astros. He had a couple of bombs last year, but the production is just not there. Is that fair to say?
Yeah.
I think it
As of now.
amplifies the Jose Abreu issue. If you
Yeah.
have a strong backup that's coming in
I think it's fair.
and performing at least adequately, it takes us.
Yeah.
Obviously, then you're like everybody will be clamoring for them to start more.
Right.
But it at least gives you production and doesn't make the first base seem like that big of a hole.
So then you look at Jose Abreu, and it's, dude, I couldn't root harder for him to figure it out. But in the small sample size so far this season, it has been ugly. You are swinging through 93-mile-an-hour fastballs. You are late on 93-mile-an-hour fastballs. As a big leaguer, that could be father time. Like, at some point, father time catches up. Do I think that he can figure it out and turn it around? Absolutely. We saw it last year. He ended up with 90 RBIs for the squad. He had a really good late part of the season into the playoffs. He was starting to square balls up, starting to leave the yard. But early on this season, man, it's a problem. It's a hole. So then we goes in the conversation as I think they're working on Framber's elbow back there, the saw you hear in the background. He's got elbow soreness.
Yeah,
we'll address that later on the podcast. But as we stand today, in my opinion, Yanier Diaz, Victor Carantini, one of them should catch, one of them should play first base.
Really?
I mean,
so in this scenario, are you dropping John Singleton for like Cesar Salazar to be on the roster?
John Singleton has no options, so you would have to DFA
That's what I
him.
mean. Do you drop him for that?
Me personally, no. I still like the option of a left-handed bat off the bench because I think if there is something with John Singleton, I think he does work pretty good at bats, and he's always there for a walk at least.
But then you have the issue
maybe it's Kessinger that goes down, and you bring up Salazar to carry 3 catchers. I mean, Dubon, you have a short bench in the sense of bats to call on. But Dubon kind of covers every position.
Yeah.
And he does it so well. I mean, I think last night, that was Monday the 8th of April. We're in April?
Yes.
Yeah, we're in April.
We're in April.
He made a couple of plays that I don't think Jose Altuve makes. And Jose Altuve is the GOAT. He's the face of the franchise. Mauricio Dubon makes really hard baseball plays look easy. He kind of has like that. Bregman makes really incredibly hard plays look very easy. Go look at that double play to end Sunday's game.
Yeah.
That is an incredibly tough play, a tough throw, and he literally secures the game. Dubon does that as well. So you have Dubon that can kind of cover everywhere off the bench. The bat, I mean, like you said, a lefty bat. It's hard carrying 3 catchers, but I think they're going to have to come to a crossroads at the end of this month. I think it goes until the end of this month, and then you have to have a hard. You can't keep this going into late May in June. You just can't. So I think
I have, just on that point real quick, I have a quote from Joe Espada over the weekend. Chandler Rome, beat writer for the Astros, working for The Athletic, put out a story about Jose Abreu's struggles, and he has a quote in here from Joe Espada, the manager. He said, quote, "I got a ton of confidence in Abreu. I'm not going to talk about strategy. Jose Abreu has been a really good hitter for a very long time, and I have 100% confidence in Jose that at some point he's going to start hitting," end quote. Look, I guess I got 2 comments on that. I love the fact that he's saying publicly that he trusts in his guy. You trust in your players. But then the second part that I don't necessarily agree with is, and again, he knows way more than I will ever know. That's why he's a big league manager. But just from optically looking at his at-bats, Jose Abreu's, where he says, "I trust that he will eventually start hitting." I'm greedy, man. We can't wait for eventually. If you've got guys that can produce today, then they need to be in that role. And then also there's another point I think I read somewhere. I can't remember where I read it, or maybe I heard it on. I think it was Adam Wexler and Adam Clanton talking about it. And Adam Wexler made the point on the A Team on Sports Talk 790. Good plug. He made the point. They're saying this publicly, but do I believe they actually believe that? And his point was no. He does not believe that.
Your manager's not going to go out and say, "I'm really worried about him."
Like, Tony La Russa might.
Well,
yeah. I'm just saying, like,
no, but
I get what you're saying, but I'm just
like, I don't. I think the best strategy for him is to say exactly what he said. But yeah, hopefully behind the scenes, there's some smarter baseball talk going on.
Yeah,
about what to do.
And obviously, I agree with y'all sentiment, and I felt like the door open. The flip side too is I don't think these conversations would be as loud if the record was 7-4, not 4-7.
I 100% agree.
But where
it's
you
just
are,
like his point, like Josh's point, it's amplified.
Yeah.
Your backup first baseman's not performing. Your starter's not performing, and they're what 4-7 now.
Yeah. So, and also, I thought Espada did something really good on Sunday Night Baseball. Singleton got the start. He subbed in Jose Abreu in the 8th defensively. He got an at-bat in the 9th in a low leverage. People already kind of tuning out. The game's 3-1, 3-0 at that point. Got him in a little soft landing spot. Obviously, the results, he flew out to right field. I like that. Then he makes the pick in the bottom of the 9th on the double play. I don't know if Singleton makes that play. There's glove side for Abreu. It would have been backhand for Singleton. Yeah. You see a lot of lefties just kind of wear it off the heel. A win happens. I love that as a manager. Then you shift to Monday. You would get a Framber scratch. Blair Henley called up on the spot. Doesn't make it out of the first inning. Only records 1 out. You're down 5-2. And you get these at-bats where Jose Abreu's up with runners in scoring position. And everyone in the city and everyone watches knows what the result's going to be.
Yeah.
And Jose Abreu probably right now knows what that result's going to be. The baseball has to look like a freaking nickel right now coming in. And if you ever play the sport, there's times where the ball it looks like a marble. It looks like a nickel. It's that small. And other days it looks like a beach ball. And I think he's just in this thing and in his head and in these bad at-bats. And you see it when he's getting blown away by 92, 93.
Yeah.
And so, I don't know. It takes one time for it to hit grass, and then all of a sudden he sprays the ball in the gap, and then it's an avalanche the other way. Baseball does that. Like you guys said, how much time do you give for that to actually happen?
How much longer before we see a IL rehab stint?
It worked last year.
Yeah, a little discomfort where he miss a few days and then go on a week-long rehab stint where he's rehabbing, but really he's just getting work in, seeing fastballs.
Do any of y'all have? Can you get his? Was it on Baseball Savant? Like his hard hit percentage and strikeout percentage and all that, like more advanced stats. I think that's the more concerning part because I mean we talked about Alex.
Yeah, he's not walking.
Right, not walking as well. Like we talked about Alex Bregman's kind of slow start, and there were a couple of the first games against the Yankees. Dude, he was hammering baseballs, but right at guys. Okay, that's baseball, right? Tough luck. You keep. You go to the next at bat, so forth and so on. I think when these get pulled up, like you look at some of these hard hit percentages, like they are.
It's going to be all blue.
They're low.
It's going to be. That's
the
bad.
concerning part.
And I think there's a lot of pressure because of all the money that's allocated.
Yeah, I forgot about the money.
Coming off the MVP, coming out of the career he had with the White Sox. Last year being a down year, obviously he had a good push at the end. The Jose Abreu discourse is only going to get louder.
Yeah.
And as a manager, as a first-time manager, I'm not going to let outside voices dictate my decisions. But there's a reality when it comes to production. And you need to stack wins and stack them quickly because you kind of dug yourself in an early hole. Obviously, 4-7 is way better than 3-8.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, at one point it could have been 2-9.
Yeah.
Getting the last two. So I think when it comes to first base, I think there'll be positive regression, but I don't know who it'll be. Is it a Joey Luperfido? Is it a Diaz? Is it a Carantini? Is it Singleton? Is it Abreu? Is it
The thing is, they could bring up Joey Luperfido, and he could hit a tank in his first week, but he could also strike out 50 times in his first month, and people will be upset at him for that. I mean, he there's no clear answer as much as everybody wants there to be.
I think on the Loperfido thing, and he hit a couple more bombs over the weekend, got more RBIs. I think as the season goes on and he continues to do what he's doing, more people are going to clamor for him at first base, right? And they also played him at first base in Sugar Land, so they know at some point they're probably going to bring him up and put him at first base. I think one of the things that is going to continue to be discussed is if Jose Abreu struggles, if John Singleton struggles, that people are going to say, why not just bring up Loperfido? He can hit a $110.
Yeah.
Or he could go off and hit a couple bombs and hit 275. You just don't know, especially with a guy that's going to be a rookie. So I think that's where I come back to. If you're not going to bring up Joey Loperfido, and again, if you bring him up, you're going to have to send somebody down or DFA somebody because there's tons of people on this roster that don't have any options left.
Yeah.
Everybody in that bullpen, except for like one or two, have no options. So who do you send down? That's a discussion that excuse me, the Dana Brown and the front office is going to have. So if you're not going to do that, you don't want to start his clock, and you don't want to DFA somebody, then the simple answer for me is Caratini and Yonder Diaz. Figure that out.
Yeah. Just real quickly, when we pivot to the rest of the Ranger series, Jose Abreu's seen 133 pitches, 19 batted balls, 0 barrels, 0 barrel percentage, 85.6 average exit velocity. His max exit velocity is 102.7. His launch angle right now is at 20.9.
Yeah.
Last year was 10.8, 8.0 in 2022, 10.4 in 21, and 10.9. So his launch angle is just brutal.
I was going to bring up his hard hit percentage. In 2022, he was 97th percentile hard hit percentage, 51.8, which is top of the game. And then, boom, a drop-off to last year at 41. And then this year,
21.1.
21.1. So it's just a huge drop-off in how hard he's hitting the ball.
That's concerning.
With a 33.3% K percentage and only a 3% walk percentage.
Welcome to Nerd Hour on Beyond the Diamond.
I love Baseball Savant. All right, that's what the website you're
Yeah. Yeah.
I've used Baseball Savant more and more these days.
Look
I'm
at you,
not being a
dude.
smart ass.
Look at you.
Look at you, dude.
I'm trying to adapt, dude. I'm trying to adapt.
Look at
okay?
you.
I look at this stuff.
Adapt and thrive.
Because I think, like I said earlier, like Bregman, first couple of games, hammering baseballs, right at guys. That's baseball. But when you look at these numbers and you look at all the blue in that, that's concerning. How many hard hit balls? 0?
0 barrels.
Well,
0 barrels.
It just gives you numbers to tell you the difference. What you already know in your head between somebody that's struggling like Bregman and somebody that's struggling like Jose Abreu.
Right.
Two completely different cases where you're like, oh, well, Bregman is clearly seeing the ball well, and his numbers are going to catch up here soon.
He had a 3-hit night last night.
Yeah,
Right.
Opposite for Abreu.
Yeah.
You're seeing his bats look bad, and then you go look at the stats, and you're like, okay, they actually are bad.
Yeah.
And it's not like bag on Jose Abreu. It's just an open conversation.
Right.
But
No, I think we all root for his success, man.
I think,
you know what I mean?
I think the other side too is this lineup is eventually going to run at its full capacity, and it's going to be a deep lineup. The Ranger series, you could put on 2 players, Ronald Blanco and Yordan Alvarez.
Yordan Alvarez.
Yeah, we haven't even talked about Yordan.
And two things. When you have the job of an ace, pitching wise, is to stop the bleeding and step up and change the direction of your staff and your team. That's what an ace does.
Yeah.
Ronald Blanco did that Sunday night baseball. Yeah. Coming off the best week of his life, having a newborn, throwing a no-hitter, actually not even know he was going to make the rotation, had a pitch in the last exhibition game, and then Espada lets him know as he's leaving the mound. To then be on national television against the defending champions who beat you guys last year,
a great
who had already taken 2 games in the series, to step up and go.
That stopgap.
Got to be the stopgap.
Incredible.
Yeah.
I mean,
and this start, I was so concerned about this start.
Yeah, because everyone knew, all right, he's going to throw a changeup.
Yeah.
It's not a surprise anymore. And yet, diced them up in prime time in front of everyone.
I think he allowed 2 barrels all day. Or
Yeah,
maybe 1 barrel.
Carried
all game.
a no-hitter into the 6th.
I just that's what you want out of your guy. And look, it could be the Ronald Blanco month, and we don't talk about it yet. No, I think it's going to be sustainable. I think he'll be a guy. I think he's the early leader for the JP France Newcomer of the Year award already.
Yeah, none of us said him.
No, we did
Damn.
it. And so that was huge. The other side is when your offense is kind of live or die by the long ball right now. You're just waiting for someone to run into one because, we get guys on base, but there's 2 outs and we're not getting that big hit. We put ourselves in kind of a tough spot to get that 3rd hit. Yordan Alvarez clears all. Hitting the 3-run home run on Sunday Night Baseball. Hitting another one last night. I kid you not, I felt like it went to Oklahoma. Like,
Man,
that thing was
113 off the bat.
They said it was 431 feet.
Bullshit.
Bullshit. Dude,
That was
thing flew
531.
500.
Yeah.
Easily. He fucking destroyed that baseball. Dude, I'm talking majestic and deep.
Lefty, 2-seam middle hands.
Down and in.
Got his hands in.
I think we've seen that one before.
Yeah.
Oh,
Shout
so
out.
you brought in a lefty to face Yordan.
Yeah.
Good
Yeah.
call.
And that just got everything going. Tug gets a knock. Breggy gets a knock.
They have like 5 in a row, I
it's
think.
just-
5 straight hits after that.
That's when this team is so just running at its peak performance. Is when you blink and you're like, holy shit, the Astros put up a 6 spot on us.
Yeah.
You're just like, what the hell just happened?
Yeah. Dude,
That was what's so frustrating about that first week. It's
Yeah.
just all that potential's been there. It's just when they don't perform to that expectation offensively, it's frustrating.
that home run from Yordan Alvarez got me thinking, like, the most impressive part about his ability at the plate is we can talk about the home runs, we can talk about the power to the opposite field, we can talk about hitting the other way, we can talk about gap to gap, and we know all that, like the moment is never too big for him type thing. But his ability to hit left-handed pitching and right-handed pitching is unbelievable. Something I don't think I've ever seen. It doesn't matter if you bring in a lefty. Who's the dude that he hit the tank off of in the World Series? Alvarado?
Alvarado,
Is it
yeah.
Alvarado from the Phillies?
99 mile an hour.
From the left-hand side? Like, that guy's nasty, and he turns it around the dead center. We know the call, the result. Everything's red on Baseball Savant. Like, it's insane. His ability to hit left-handed pitching is incredible.
it's
It
crazy.
doesn't matter if you bring in a lefty, you bring in a righty, specialist, however you want to call it. He does it all.
Well, to have a guy a lefty power bat that can take a changeup on the outside corner from a righty and hit it 500 feet to left center.
To the opposite field, yeah.
And then also have a lefty come in, throw hard on the hands, and he can still pull that and keep it fair.
It's insane.
It's just ridiculous.
It's insane.
And I think the crazy thing about it is you have so many old heads saying he shouldn't be batting 2-hole. Like, what are we doing?
Dude.
What are we doing? Corey Seager just
gonna
ate your lunch last year in the 2-hole.
2-hole.
Juan
Who-
Soto
doesn't
hits in
Shohei
the
Ohtani
2-hole.
hit 2-hole?
Shohei Ohtani hits in the 2-hole. Like, I don't understand the angst about it. Yes, in 1995, Yordan Alvarez would be batting fucking clean,
He'd be batting 4-hole. He'd be batting clean
right?
up.
But in the new age of baseball and where we are and trying to optimize teams to their fullest potential, Yordan Alvarez and Tools a pretty damn good person to have. And, hell, he may get an extra at bat in the fucking 9th inning that he maybe wouldn't have gotten if he was batting clean up.
And guess who leads the Astros in RBIs?
I was just
Oh,
going to
man.
who's the RBI leader?
I wonder, is it Yordan Alvarez?
Yeah, it's Yordan Alvarez.
It's Yordan Alvarez.
Yeah.
Where does Bryce Harper hit in their lineup? He's not a 2-hole guy, is he?
No,
Is it
not
3 or
anymore.
4?
I think they go Schwarber. They go differently. I think they go Schwarber lead off.
Yeah, their lineup makes old heads even more mad
They're-
because Schwarber.
they went
Schwarber's
Schwarber lead
the
off.
slowest guy in the league.
Like the last 3 true outcome guy like Gallo. But so when you have a guy like Yordan Alvarez, who honestly probably's not had to his standards, like an okay start.
No, yeah, I mean, just like 4 days ago, he had like a 680 OPS or something like that.
Yeah,
then
now
he
he's at
just-
981.
Yeah,
Yeah, just
it
like
didn't take
that.
him long.
He gets his ball. I mean,
Yeah,
so
Bryce Harper hits 3-hole. Trey Turner hits 2-hole.
two. I like that
Yeah.
lineup construction's crazy,
Yeah, it's
but
weird.
I love it.
Yeah.
It's like some MLB The Show.
But I'm just
Yeah.
saying, if the Phillies really wanted to hit Bryce Harper in the 2-hole, they would do it.
Yeah,
Like,
they probably don't because it'll be lefty to get off the start. you know?
yeah, but instead you got Trey Turner hitting.
It's
two-hole.
really
Like,
it's really that simple. Who do you want at the plate the most times per game?
yeah.
Jose Altuve and Yordan Alvarez. There you go. They're gonna hit 1 and
Let's-
2. It's easy.
And by the way, there's no scrubs behind Yordan Alvarez.
No, you
there's
got
a perennial
Bregman and
all-star,
Kyle
a perennial
Tucker.
all-star,
Exactly.
perennial MVPs. Like,
Like, who do you want? If we're coming to the 9th inning, bottom of the order's up, and you're like, oh, just get it to Altuve, and then after that, you have Yordan. Like, you have him right there. You don't have to be like, man, we're like 5 batters away from Yordan. Like, I don't think we're gonna make it because he's hitting 4th, and then
I think when you look deep in games, like one of the things that people talk about is, or one things you look at is flip the lineup over. Like, just flip the lineup over, give us a chance. Just get to the top of the lineup. Well, in that top of the lineup is Jose Altuve and Yordan Alvarez. So
oh yeah,
there's more logic to it right there. Like,
Yeah.
how many times do you want Yordan to bat? Is he going to get more at bats in the 2-hole or the 4-hole?
Yesterday,
It's the 2-hole. I'm fine with it. I don't understand what
you
this
got
hill
5
is.
at bats.
How many?
5.
Well,
I like give that to me all the time. I don't. The offense is going to mash. The offense is going to put up runs. This offense kind of see. I mean, leads the league in home runs or tied with it.
yeah.
Like, this offense is going to be. I don't want to say historic. I don't want to put the cart in front of the horse. But once this whole lineup gets going in the right direction,
Man, good saying, dude.
Yeah.
was it the right saying? I've always
Yeah,
like
I'm just really glad you executed
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
You
you should say
hesitated
that-
a little
yeah.
bit because I think you wanted to make sure
Yeah.
you got it right, but
A
you
little
did.
dyslexic,
Well
yeah.
done. No,
Well, yeah, because the saying gets flipped in my
Cart in
head.
front of the horse,
Yeah,
so not the
sometimes
horse
say
in
the
front of the
horse
cart.
in front of the. Yeah, sometimes
no,
I do.
cart
that.
in front of the horse.
You
right?
want the horse in front of the cart.
You want the horse first. The horse
That's
pulls
what I
the
said.
cart.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're
No,
making.
you got it right.
You did get it right.
Yeah.
Okay, now I'm just.
Okay.
Yeah.
Basically, what you said, not basically, what you did say, is you don't want to put the cart before the horse because
The
in
horse
theory,
needs to be in front of the
horse
cart,
needs
yeah.
to be in front to pull the cart.
Yeah. So this
So-
offense is gonna be historic and
Well
gonna be
done.
every single other Golden Year offense.
Well, there goes the cart.
Um,
And also, it's just, dude, that Perry's lunch is just gonna
yeah,
taste
it's not
so
great.
Well, I mean,
It's not
if you
great.
think about it, if Abreu was
Good. No
performing
free
right
plugs, by the
now,
way.
this lineup, if Abreu gets it going, this lineup just becomes that much more.
Yeah, Jeremy's putting great at bats. Chaz will get it going. Breggy had a 3-hit night. Tucker's Tucker. Yordan. Altuve's Altuve. Carantini could mash. It's a
1,000
tank
OPS.
last night. Jake Myers is going to be in there and going to play. I also want to shout out Myers and Chaz real quick. I don't know because I haven't been to a game in Meg Park up north, but they seem. I don't know if it's a camera angle. That seems like the
big
biggest
outfield.
outfield,
It's huge.
like the polo
It's like
grounds.
them in Arizona.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Chaz and Jake patrolled that all series.
Make it look easy.
Amazing.
You see the play that Jordan made the other night?
Jordan
was it, last
Jordan
night?
almost took Chaz out. Jordan Chaz
Forgot there was only one out.
Hey,
Yeah.
hey, dude, your caption or your tweet that
the
you said
2/3 of the
two-thirds
earth.
of the earth is covered by water, the other third is covered by Yordan Alvarez, and the video, dude, is like him slow motion, like his
Yeah.
big ass
Just
running in
trucking,
this fucking dive, dude. His little dive and roll and almost takes out Chaz. Oh, it was great, dude. Yeah, it was good to see him out there. I didn't think he was going to play in the outfield because that outfield is
Outfield
freaking
is huge.
Yeah.
It's huge. I didn't think they were going to put him out there, but they did. But well, that's going to cap off the Rangers series. They split huge for the
Huge
squad to split. Now,
split.
Framber Valdez, elbow soreness. He was scratched late yesterday afternoon from his start against the Rangers. He was flown back home to see a team doctor. He's going to be evaluated today as we record this on Monday. Still going to wait and see. Not sure what to make of it. Ari Alexander broke the news first. Want to make sure to give him his credit where
Yeah,
credit is
Ari
due.
broke it.
From
And
KPRC,
a great video about Justin Verlander.
KPRC Channel 2 Sports. Oh, yeah, dude.
That was great.
Did you listen to that?
That was the most open
Dude, he went off
dialogue
like 4.5
of
minutes.
Justin Verlander I've ever seen
Yeah.
ever in my life.
Man, we could do a whole podcast on just the injuries in Major League Baseball and where it starts. We did it this morning on our show on 790 on the Sean Salisbury Show.
Nice
Dude,
plug.
we went on for like 2 hours
plug.
and talked about it. And it's a good plug, wasn't it?
That's a good plug.
And like it anyway, I digress from that. But
Can you demonstrate to me where Framber's hurting on his elbow? They said some top of the elbow.
They said top of the elbow, so
Yeah.
like your funny bone.
Well, I would say this is top. Like, is it that?
Like
top is in north.
well, no, top. So
Top.
it's probably down here.
That's
So
the,
in
that's
well,
the
top,
Isn't
well,
top
look at your
relative?
arm.
yeah.
Put
what-
your arm down
top,
by your
like
side.
as in towards your head.
Top
towards
is
your-
relative.
Yeah, top is.
Is top your bicep? Or
Is this
it-
your this is your elbow?
I would think that's
your
This is
elbow
out
wraps
here.
around.
Yeah, so it's. Dude, do not put this out. We're not putting this out.
That's why I wanted
We
to do
look
it.
uneducated
That's so
as fuck.
funny.
Do not put this out.
No,
Put that in the black box.
It's funny.
It is,
look
it is
like
pretty
jackass.
funny.
No,
it is
because
pretty funny.
No, because I was sitting there thinking, what does top of the elbow?
Did he say
mean?
top of the elbow?
He
Top of
soreness?
the
I
elbow.
just saw
keep-
elbow
they
soreness.
keep
Top of
just
the
saying
elbow.
top of the
top
elbow.
of the elbow soreness.
They keep saying
Hold
just
on.
top of the elbow, and I'm like, what is
I-
the top?
Look, I think we'll get good news.
That's so
I
funny.
think we'll get good
Dude,
news.
you could do a doot, 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 doot,
Yeah,
with
you
that,
could.
dude. And me and you were both like,
Top is
Josh
relative.
not
Top
carrying
is
in the
relative. I
background.
know.
Oh my god.
Top is relative. Look,
But they said muscle, which is the most.
yeah,
important.
you don't.
It's not a tendon.
When your ace gets scratched randomly out of the blue in a must-win game to salvage a series is not great. Hopefully you get good news. Hopefully you only miss him for like a turn or two in the rotation.
Well, shout out Seth Martinez.
Seth Martinez. No, you know what? Shout out Blair Henley.
Yeah.
And the
rough,
fact,
rough situation.
and you look, gave up 5 runs, only recorded an out. I think he had a bloop, 2 infield singles that got through. The wheels came off. To be thrown in that spot to make your major league debut in short-term notice, and to get to your hometown, obviously it didn't go well. He only got there. He looked at the boys. Did you see what he when they came to get the ball?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
said, "My bad, boys."
My bad, boys.
Yeah.
Just fucking owned it. Hey, you know you're going to be option. You know you're going right back down. The reason why you had that start because it was your turn in the rotation
hopefully, yeah.
in AAA. Dude, he's a big leaguer for life.
Yeah, hopefully this is just part of his
Yeah,
story.
part of the
and,
story.
and next year or even a couple months from now, he gets another shot and
Yeah.
is able to.
Just step up and go against that team. Seth Martinez comes in, bases loaded, 1 out, gets a double play ball to Dubon, hell of a play to even get a glove on it. Gets out of the jam. Then goes 3 innings.
yeah, he was dicing up the top of their order.
Looks fearless.
Yeah,
And I think
Okay.
this is where the
figured it out.
Astros.
Figured it
This is
out.
where this is where the Astros kind of get in trouble too when they face young pitchers. Some young guys will just go in there and just like, I don't give a fuck who you are. I'm gonna throw my stuff and I'm gonna attack. Seth Martinez did that last night. He was like, "Here's my stuff. I'm attacking you. So be it." And huge.
Okay.
So shout out to Seth Martinez.
All right, so the top
go
of the
golf.
elbow.
Top of the elbow.
Yeah, WebMD just helped me out in all these Google images.
just like bottom
Oh,
try.
so like maybe you do like an overextended tricep.
Yeah. So
Like
the top
a
of your
tri-
elbow
tripod.
is also known as your olecranon.
Ooh.
Oh,
So it's
buy Val.
essentially like
word of the day.
right here.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's the top, I guess, closer to your tricep.
Gotcha.
NBC, the more you know.
So away from the bad,
also,
the bad
no-
zone. Away from the
ligaments
bad
and
zone.
tendons.
Olecranon bursa, olecranon, and then your ulna is
Oh, that's
obviously
the thing
bone.
that LSU quarterback had a thing with.
Oh,
right?
did he? Jaden Daniels?
Yeah, like a big.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
that's right.
yeah,
I did
yeah,
see
yeah,
that.
yeah,
Yeah, I did see
His
that.
bursa.
Yeah. So according to WebMD and Ortho Info America,
Appreciate it. Shout out.
You ever go on WebMD to look at symptoms and you think you have the bubonic plague?
and you're about to
Yeah.
die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Don't
not,
do that.
Okay.
Yeah, not ideal. But
Not
yeah, apparently that's
great.
where it is. So
All right. Well, hopefully
Yeah.
we get news today. It's
Yeah.
good news.
Yeah.
yeah, we'll have to see.
Yeah.
Yeah, Blair Henley, man, poor guy.
Hey, he's a big leaguer for life, dude.
True.
Got a big league paycheck. Take the boys to Chipotle when you get back down. Shit, dude.
No
I'll
free
take a big
plugs.
league paycheck anytime. Anytime.
No free plugs.
No free plugs. Sorry.
All right, let's look ahead to the Kansas City Royals series. Hey, look, the Kansas City Royals pitching staff, the guys that the Astros are going to face
got some
this
dudes.
series, it's
I got some dudes.
It's pretty good.
Yeah,
They're not bad.
Did they get a new pitching coach or something? Like,
Cole Reagan's, right?
Yeah, Cole Reagan's
1.46 ERA. Lugo 0.71 ERA, and then Singer 0.68 ERA.
Cole Reagan's maybe one of my favorite pitchers in the show. He reminds me of Cole Hamels.
Really?
He literally, I mean, look.
He reminds me more of like Chris Sale.
The Rangers won a World Series, but I think they look back and be like, why did we give this guy away for Chapman Riddle? Because this guy is a stud. Thank goodness he's out of the division. Like, I know we're facing him tonight.
Yeah.
He's got some stuff. These aren't the Royals you played over the last 4 or 5 years. Bobby Wood Jr., Melendez, all these guys rake. They're young. They kind of have like that 15 Astros feel where they don't know how good they are yet.
Yeah.
They know they're like, hey, we got some pieces. It's early in the season. Obviously, 162 is a grind. But
you said Melendez, right?
Yeah.
MJ Melendez, 3 bombs, over 1,100 OPS. Nelson Velasquez, 2 home runs, 959 OPS. And then, there's Salvador Perez.
Old Salvi.
Still trucking away.
2 bombs, 879 OPS.
Yeah.
And also, by the way, they've got Bobby Witt Jr. Dude, Bobby Witt Jr. is nasty.
He's going to win an MVP one day.
All right.
Dude, he is so damn good.
Could you tell me how old Salvador Perez is right now?
39.
I was going to say like 37.
33.
33?
What?
There's no fucking way.
When did he? So he was only like 25 when they won.
He's been in the show
World
for
Series?
20 years, and he's 33 years old.
What is he, Julio Franco?
What?
May 10th, 1990.
What?
So he was only 20.
He's a year younger
He was
than
only
me?
25 when they won the World Series. 24, 25 when they win.
No
15?
way.
Oh my God.
I could have sworn Salvador Perez was about to be 40.
When they won in what was it, 2014?
15.
15.
15, he was 25.
That's crazy. I thought he was like a veteran catcher already.
So did
Well,
I.
he is a veteran cat.
Well, now
He broke in 2011 at 21.
He's been in the league
is he
for
gonna be a
13
Hall of
years.
Famer?
He's a Hall of Famer.
I never really thought about that.
I think he's a Hall of I mean, at the very minimum, he's Hall of Very good.
I mean, if he keeps it up, I mean, he has 800 OPS right
What's
now.
his career numbers?
Career
he's gonna
760 OPS,
Yeah, he's
248 home runs, 1,400 hits.
If he gets to 350 home runs as a
He gets to
catcher,
2,000 hits. I mean, catching, he's what?
Man, he'll be
He's a 8-time All-Star, a World Series champion, 5-time Gold Glove, 4-time Silver Slugger, and a World Series MVP.
okay.
I mean, if he plays
At the
till
catching position,
if he
that's-
plays till he's 38 and gets 350 bombs,
plays-
Oh, he will.
yeah,
He will.
He'll,
He may
He'll
play
be-
7 more years.
yeah,
Yeah.
He may play till he's 40.
It's crazy to think about.
33 years old.
Wow.
So,
I said 39. I could have sworn he was about to be 40.
yeah, I when I think of Salvador Perez, like I'm like, oh, he's like in the Miggy kind of group,
Yeah.
right? Like,
yeah.
So did I.
yeah, but
Yeah.
no, he was 24 when those guys were in their prime, like 30.
I thought he was like just a few years younger than Yachty.
Yeah, and look, this is gonna be a tough series. I know we're charting out Javi, Brown, France to counter. I like those guys. Obviously,
Yeah,
the
Javi,
offense is
Brown,
gonna have to string at bats together and get things going. But these Royals are not the Royals you played over the last 5-6 years that are just pencil W's. Like you have to compete. And you said it. Bobby Witt Jr. is kind of the straw that stirs the drink over there.
Catalyst.
Good
He's-
word.
He got some great.
Good
another word of the
word.
day.
Yeah, another word of the day.
Wow.
He's-
Cart before the horse.
He's going to be running all over Javier tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big outing for
Keep
me.
him off base.
Big outing for me is Hunter Brown.
Yeah.
He has to have a
huge.
good outing.
Gotta bounce back.
That's a good.
He's got to have a good outing.
It's a good.
And it's got to be the pitch count has got to stay down. He's got to get into the 6th inning.
Yeah.
Got to get into the 6th inning. You can't have another outing where your pitch count gets up to 80 pitches in 3 innings or 4 innings. Like I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's time to elevate. You got to, because then you know what the conversation is going to be when Verlander's coming back, which he's about to make his 2nd rehab start this coming weekend. Then he'll be back in the rotation.
Yeah.
If you're not going to go 6-man and you go 5-man, well, then what do you do with Hunter Brown? Because you're not moving Ronald Blanco. You're not moving JP France. I mean, this is what ifs, obviously.
Yeah.
But
I
he's
mean,
got to have a good. He's got
I
to
think-
have a good outing.
I think this next turn through the rotation is is people pitching for their spot
I agree. I'm with you.
between France, Brown. I mean, obviously Ronell has it right now. I mean, he still has to sustain it to really stay. But yeah, I think it's between France and Brown.
Y'all
Man,
don't think we go 6-man? Y'all think we
I would think they would.
Yeah.
I would think they would. But now that Framber's down, like now what are they going to do?
Oh, I didn't
Depending
calculate,
on what Framber in his
That's
injury.
true. I didn't calculate that. Yeah.
I mean, he could very easily just take a couple days off, extra days off, and then turn around and start in the rotation, back in the rotation when Verlander's back.
The thing is, we have a lot of off days coming up in April.
Well,
We're in a
that's gonna be-
stretch right now, but we have four off days from the 18th to the 30th.
Yeah,
Obviously, we have
schedule doesn't get easy.
a pod today. We'll have a pod Friday before the Ranger series. Then the Braves are in town. Before I think we go off to the road after that. That's 6-9 games.
Yeah, because don't they go to Chicago to play the Cubs here pretty quick?
Yeah, they go to
I think we go
Chicago
somewhere,
midweek
somewhere
in
the
the
weekend,
20s.
the weekend
So we
series.
go to Washington,
Washington.
19th and 20th, which, by the way, little plug. I was watching the Washington game the other day. They are planning a 5-year 2019 Nationals championship celebration with the team that weekend while the Astros are in
Are
town.
you fucking serious?
Are you serious?
Yeah, they're doing like reunion
to commemorate their 5-year anniversary of
Yep.
winning the World Series
Yeah,
and being
while
the
the
Astros.
Astros are in town. Well, to be fair, they don't have a single person on the roster still from that team.
What the
I
fuck?
don't think. So yeah, they're doing a big reunion thing. The Astros. when the
Patrick
Astros-
Corbin's the only guy left on that from that
I
team.
think he is. Yeah, I think he's the only one.
Did I see that Strasburg just finally retired
Yeah, he
from
retired.
baseball?
But yeah, we have Rangers, Braves, Nationals, Cubs, Rockies, and then we go to Cleveland to start.
If we could be 10-10 going into the
Oh.
National Series, I will be ecstatic.
Well, yeah, going to the Ranger series.
Just
10-10.
to backtrack real quick on that national stuff and that commemoration of the 2019 World Series, that Game 7 will
Why are you talking about it?
forever.
Why are you
I'm
talking
about to
about
say-
it, dude?
That
I'm
game
about to get that saw.
will
and just-
forever. Are they done working on Framber?
I don't know. They need to work on my.
I heard
They're
a
about to do a
jackhammer back there,
lobotomy to
too.
me. You keep bringing up 2019.
All I'm saying is that game
Like that
7
word,
will
lobotomy.
forever haunt me, and
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
there for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just
Yeah, thanks for bringing
everybody
that
just
up, dude.
everybody just turned.
Now
the
everyone's
podcast
gonna give us a
He brought
negative
it up.
review.
He said 2019 World
I
Series.
was very gently touching on it.
All I did was just say it just haunts me, man.
All right, that was a great episode.
What are y'all expectations for this series?
I don't even want to put it out
You
there.
don't have to say a number, but
3-game set, right?
yeah.
Take 2.
Yeah.
Just go take 2.
Just keep stacking
Just
the
win the
series.
series.
If they take a game from Reagan's, then I'm happy.
I think-
Reagan's Javier is gonna be great.
Yeah, this is gonna be.
I'm taking the under.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see what the lineup's going to be tonight
Okay.
on Monday. I want to know who's going to play first base.
It's gonna be.
Interesting.
No, I mean, look, hold on. I think it'll be very telling if Jose Abreu's not in,
That's
because you would
a good
think
point.
there's a lefty.
There's a
You would
lefty.
think he's
He had a day off. Like he should be.
Carantini's a switch hitter.
no. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
If Carantini's catching, Yonder's playing 1st
Uh-huh.
or vice versa. I think we're starting to see a huge tectonic shift.
I feel like this is what, and I'm not trying to dog on Dusty Baker, but he rode with Jose Abreu all last season, which again, second half of the season, he picked it up. But I don't think Joe Espada will do that. I think that they understand the situation that they're in with the first base position. So it's not going to be John Singleton. It's not going to go lefty on lefty.
Yeah.
So if it's not Jose Abreu, it'll be Caratini and
It'll be Jose.
hey, real quick, what's up with the Astros admin on Twitter? What am I missing? I'm not trying to talk shit, but honestly, what am I missing? Like, did they switch it up?
Yeah. It's
well,
definitely a new
we're like
person.
3 removed from
Harrison was last year.
Who
Harrison
was?
and Alexis were last year,
Yeah.
and then the GOAT Riley was the year before.
Okay, Riley was the one that I.
Riley
met.
was the GOAT, yeah.
Yeah, he was
And
awesome.
he went to Nebraska. Now he's with DraftKings.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then
So they got a new
Harrison,
one again?
Harrison and Alexis were last year. I think Alexis went to the Raiders. I don't know where Harrison went. But they have 2 new people
It's
this year.
usually like an intern type of position, so it's usually a new person every year. Yeah, I don't know. We're gonna monitor the situation.
Okay.
We're gonna
We
monitor.
won't, we won't
What
be,
a what a
We're gonna,
what
what
a
a
political
what a
career.
good.
That's good.
We
We're
won't
gonna
be-
monitor the situation.
we won't be releasing a statement at this time.
I just I caught on it last night, and I was reading tweets from people complaining about it
There's a
early this
lot
morning.
of negativity. A lot of negativity.
And I didn't understand what was going
And
on.
we will release no statement at this time.
We released those statements.
And then I went through the tweets, and like everyone was just dogging it out.
Hey, everyone's got to find their groove. It's early. It's early.
You know, you start with a low OPS, but you
You'll
work your way
look,
up.
We say it all the time.
Got to get the timing down.
This is the secret sauce. This is free. This is just free for anyone out there. Play the hits.
And if
you're new, you're going to have to figure out what your hits are.
That's true.
But when you get Rolling Stones, I mean, we're playing Satisfaction. Like we're playing the hits.
No. No.
You're gonna get us taken off YouTube.
Satisfaction. You ready to get us out of here?
Let's get this out of here.
Shout out to our sponsors for this episode: Big City Wings, Houston's Wing Joint, Apollo's Wing Joint. Have you not seen the viral video on YouTube? The Apollo Summit Boys, now Wrestling Boys, were at Big City Wings Marquee. Great watch party they had. I think we're at 150,000 views on that video. 2 for Tuesdays today, as you're watching this. 2 for 1 special. Go get you some wings. The other great sponsor, U.S. Coins and Jewelry, Celebrity Mint. Fight is coming up. Tyson.
Jake Paul.
Doing a tremendous amount of content over there. A lot of chibi art pieces, a lot of coin art pieces. U.S. Coins and Jewelry, their parent company, also on I-10. We've been doing some pop-ups over there. Check them out on their socials. And Space Cadet, if you weren't out there Friday night, we were there. You missed out. We call it the Alamo. We had espresso martinis. We had old fashions. We had some. We had what, the brisket fries, Josh? You had the brisket fries.
Yeah, I had the $2 tacos. Those are
The
good.
Fiesta Taco
And
Friday.
Chips and salsa, bottomless chips and salsa.
Place
Those
was
good.
packed out. They have multi-levels on the backside, bar outside, second, and then a rooftop. So we'll do some content out there. We'll probably shoot a pod over there as well. So shout out to Space Cadet, and they're over on North Main. We'll drop the address down below.
All right. Thank you for watching and listening to
If you can stop
Beyond
me
the Diamond
up.
podcast.
I'm
I'm Josh. That's Dez. That's Brian. And we hope you got some satisfaction from this podcast. We will see you next time.
Got to be
Peace.
your beast of burden.
Love you guys.